Take a look at this map. Every dot you see here represents a pharmacy that closed just last year. Thousands of locations gone. In 2024, 186 pharmacies closed just here in New York. And the ones still open, CVS, Walgreens, well, walk inside and it's not exactly what it used to be. You may find half-stocked aisles, empty shelves, and all sorts of everyday items locked up. What's going on here? Are we witnessing the death of the American drugstore in real time? One aspect is that most of the stuff you see here at the front of the store isn't bringing in as much money as it used to. And it makes sense. Shopping habits have changed. Almost everything is more expensive at a CVS or Walgreens than it is on Amazon or Walmart. So aside from needing something in a pinch, why would anyone choose to shop for everyday items at a pharmacy when things are much more expensive? And even grabbing a simple item like toothpaste can mean hunting down an employee to unlock it. Years ago, these chains started to blame theft for their loss of profits, which resulted in more and more products being locked up. A few years later, they admitted that those numbers were overinflated and that they overreacted, but now products are still locked up, and studies have shown that people don't want to wait around to have a stick of deodorant unlocked. The industry is also facing a staffing crisis, both behind and in front of the pharmacy counter. Locations are operating with skeleton crews, and there are reports of walkouts and burnout. So customers aren't happy, the staff isn't happy, these companies aren't happy either because the front of store items aren't bringing in as much money, overhead costs are increasing, and profit margins have thinned out across the board. But what about here, behind the pharmacy counter, where these companies have always made most of their money? Well, it turns out that this part is struggling too. But why? It doesn't make sense. America is the land of pharmaceutical abundance. Enter pharmacy benefit managers. PBMs had humble beginnings. The first were started by pharmacists. They would process pharmacy claims, reimburse, and negotiate lower prices from drug manufacturers. Fast forward to today, and PBMs have transformed. Just like any other good money-making entity in healthcare, through vertical and horizontal integration, along with a lack of regulation, they've become powerful profit-seeking middlemen with strong bargaining power to negotiate drug prices between manufacturers, insurers, and pharmacies. Basically, the entire supply chain. So how does this specifically affect pharmacies? PBMs, like the name says, manage the pharmacy benefit, and they've managed it into the ground. The fact that benefit is in the name is just good branding. The more PBMs reduce rebates for pharmacies and increase fees, the more they keep for themselves. And we're talking billions in profits. In fact, there's no incentive for them to actually bring costs down. They benefit more from higher drug prices, which leaves patients having to spend more and pharmacies getting little to no profit in a lot of the prescriptions they fill.